Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. I guess it depends upon what time of day you guys are tuning in. This video today, I just wanted to share a little tidbit with you. I have a really good friend of mine who is financially set. I don't like to use the words wealthy. I don't like to use the words rich because, let's face it, everybody's definition of the word can mean something different. So I will choose to use the words financially set, meaning they own everything. The only payments they have are their monthly utility bills, their monthly insurance bills, and let's see what else. Monthly insurance, utilities, and taxes, your yearly taxes that you pay when you own your own home. And when asking about this, they always say, if someone has something that you desire to have, then go talk to them and ask them how they got it. They'll be more than willing to share. And they will. This friend of mine, especially for my children, because I want my children to be a little better off when they reach my age than I am, obviously. I'm not sure where the ball got dropped. I'm not sure if it's just because I didn't take an interest, what the case was. But no one really taught me about finances. I think I've talked about it in another one of my other videos, but my introduction to finances were, Lisa, you need to get a credit card because one day you're going to want to purchase a home or an automobile, and you're going to need good credit to do so. So here, let's go out and get a JCPenney credit card. That was my introduction. At 16, 17 years of age. No other instructions were given to me. Okay? If you're going to go out and you're going to get a credit card and you are young age like that, between the ages of 16 and 25, I'm going to give you that big gap. Don't charge any more than you can pay off in a month. That minor detail was left out to me because I want to say about 6 months after I ended up having the JCPenney credit card, I'm going to be honest with you, it was maxed out big time. So that little tidbit I'll share from you from personal experience is whatever you charge, make sure you pay off the next month. Okay? Now, this friend of mine, even better advice for you. Okay? And Dave Ramsey talks a lot about it. You've got to check out his website for sure. Get his materials. Go through his Financial Peace University class. It's awesome. That's where I got out of debt the first time, was using his techniques as well as War on Debt from Danny Johnson, and it's D-A-N-I Johnson. And again, the program is called War on Debt. If you combine those two, and you are currently in debt, those two programs combined together, I think will help expedite getting yourself out of debt. At least it did for me. So, but again, back to being financially set. Unfortunately, we live in a society where we want it now. Gimme, 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 gimme. Doesn't matter what the cost. Doesn't matter how much I have to charge on my credit card. If you can avoid having that mentality, and this friend of mine said, what they did is immediately when they got paid, half the paycheck went into savings. Half. Are you listening to me? Half. And I'm gonna quote Dave Ramsey here and tell you, if you want to live like no one else, you have to be willing to live like no one else. If you can live like no one else wants to live right now, you will be living like no one else can live later. And this friend is a perfect example for you. This friend of mine has a motorcycle paid for, has a sports car paid for, has a fancy car paid for, has a truck that's paid for, has a boat that's paid for, has a house that's paid for. If they can't pay cash for it, they don't get it. Anybody Is that ringing a bell with anybody? Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace University, cut up all your credit cards, live on cash only. Once they did that, they got their, whatever their goal was at the time. I don't know. They didn't share that much with me, but they lived off half of their paycheck. Half. So if you're making $6,000 a month, live off of 3. Save the other 3. If you are living off of $2,000 a month, save half. Learn to live off the other half. But Lisa, I don't know if I can do that. How are you supposed to do that? Some of us have to make some drastic life changes. For me, when I became a single mom, I bought an RV. I bought a travel trailer. That was my home. The only expense I had was the monthly expense for wherever I was parking the RV at that time, and the fuel to drive wherever it is I was going. You have to be willing to live like no one else so that you can later live like no one else. Dave Ramsey says it all the time. Tune in, get some more information from him as well. But I'm telling you, this is what my friend said. They only lived off half. And what they did with that half was their food, their gas, their rent, the utilities. Now, he and his wife didn't mind motorcycles, so that's what they had. Motorcycles get excellent gas mileage from what I understand. I don't own one. I don't know. But if you want to be financially set, personally, it doesn't matter to me if you are 19 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, 55 to 65. Your age doesn't matter to me. We have to make a change if you want to be financially set. If you want to, this is what I told my boys. If you want to retire at 55, as this gentleman did, this is what he's teaching you. This is the information he's giving you. Live off of half. I never did get into his investments and what they invested their money in. I'm sure they've done some kind of investments. I am not the pro-investor person to really speak to, but I do know that there are different investments for different kinds of people and for different stages of your life. Once you get to a point in your life where you have time to sit and talk with a financial advisor, then I suggest you do so. They can better to tell you where to put it, where not to put it, where the tax advantages are for what accounts, and that sort of thing. But the biggest thing I have right here to get you financially set, slow down, Lisa, get you financially set so that you can retire at a young age and or retire sooner than you desired to or thought you could. Plug in and just do what you can. Live off of half. Anyway, guys, just do what you can. Do what you're willing to do. Again, I'll put some of the website information in the comments below so you can click on their link and go to their information to figure out about their programs. But we have to take responsibility for ourselves and for our own finances. So hopefully this information was helpful to you. Just leave the comments below. Again, click the links in the box, and prayerfully you'll be on your way. Anyway, good to see you guys again. Keep tuning in. We'll see you again later.